Why not document my story? Why not document me when I'm like terrible at boxing, you know, stiff, hench, like just throwing it, like, do you know what I mean? I wanted to show you guys that because in my head, I believe that if I keep doing that, I'll do it for 3 weeks, 2 months, 6 months, 8 months, I'm going to be better than I was when I first started. The answer is, it is yes. You know, if you do anything repeatedly over and over again, you're going to keep getting better in it. But I just wanted to normalize that. I wanted to share something. I wanted to create a series that actually makes a difference. I wanted to create a series that influences people, that inspires people by sharing my story of, you know, going through the highs and lows.
From American football to reality TV, life took an unexpected turn. But now I'm on a new battlefield, pushing my limits, chasing the fire of my life to become a pro boxer. This is my journey. This is made for more.
Yes. This is actually the second time I started filming this. Oh, the first time I didn't have any audio in it. I think the mic wasn't switched on. So, there's some good stuff in there as well, some real stuff. Made for more. It's interesting because I'll Be More was all about me learning how to box for the first time, and I wanted to share that journey with you guys. And I want to speak more into cameras now because with the second season, I want you guys to get to know me a lot more. And I'm learning, you know, I'm doing this YouTube thing for the first time, I'm learning. And also, you have to understand, I don't share as much about my inside and my thoughts and my fears and my things because that's also how I was brought up. There's probably a lot of childhood trauma around that, but I've just brought up with the whole, you know, just get on with it. Just get on with it, just get on with it. But I do understand for you guys to get to know me a lot more, you guys kind of need to know how I think. And you know, somehow it's a bit of a relief because I get to actually share my thoughts and rather than just keep inside. Because I'm actually like, you know, if you follow my Instagram and everything, I'm actually quite a deep person. I think probably one of my childhood traumas is one of the reasons why I want to do this YouTube series. It all started off probably with like this book I like reading. My favorite book ever was Shoe Dog by Phil Knight. And the reason that was my favorite book is because Phil Knight is the guy that created Nike. So we know Nike's $1 billion company. But I loved that book because it wasn't about Nike. It wasn't about like all the money they were making. It was about how you started off before Nike even existed and the losses and the pains and the struggles that he went through. And I think that book kind of gave me guidance because for the first time in my life, I realized that struggle is okay to struggle. It's okay to go through the pain, and losing is part of the process as well as winning. And I think that's what we kind of miss out on. And I think me, who grew up without a dad, really, I kind of had to figure things out a lot by myself. You know, I've had to make mistakes. I'm the oldest out of 8, got 2 brothers, 5 sisters. I've had a lot of making mistakes. I do a lot of lefts in order to make right turns. And I think that's probably for me why self-development and growth is such a big thing. And I want to also let you guys know that making mistakes and being silly and making like whatever errors that you're doing is all part of the process. Sometimes it's an interesting concept, right? Sometimes by not having the dad you wanted, you end up becoming the dad you've always wanted to your own kids, to your brothers and stuff like that, to your sisters. And that's the reason I started this series, because the first season you see me starting boxing for the first time, right? And I wanted to normalize, I wanted to show people like, look, this is me starting from scratch. It's not a finished movie, it's not a finished article, it's not a finished product. I'm literally starting from scratch. I don't have no idea if I'm going to be any good at this, but you just have to believe, you got to have the mindset, you got to work hard for it. Keep showing up, keep making those daily deposits. And that's the reason I thought to myself, why not document my story? Why not document me when I'm like terrible at boxing, you know, stiff, hench, like just throwing it, like, do you know what I mean? I wanted to show you guys that because in my head, I believe that if I keep doing that, I'll do it for 3 weeks, 2 months, 6 months, 8 months, I'm going to be better than I was when I first started. I wanted to create a series that makes a difference, that influences people, that inspires people by sharing my story of, you know, going through the highs and lows. Like the first year last year was the dream, right? Start boxing. I messaged Misfits in January, got ignored. I finally got replied to in April, and they said, like, don't worry, you're on the radar. And by that point, I've done 4 months worth of boxing training. I didn't know when I was going to be on there, but you know, that gave me that little motivation to keep going. And that happens in life, right? Sometimes you start a venture, you don't know if it's going to work or not, but then God gives you a little sign halfway through, or like at some point in the journey, like at a checkpoint, that gives you that extra bit of push when you probably needed it the most. The thing is, all these people that make it, no one really documents their journey. You know, it's the Jeff Bezos or like the Kobe Bryants, whatever it is, they're so amazing. They've achieved great things. We all want to strive for it, but like I wish I could see a documentary not on Kobe hitting like numerous slam dunks or whatever, but on the journey, you know. I don't know if anyone watched that back in the days. There was a show called Smallville, and it was all about Clark Kent and how he became Superman, but he never actually flies. We would just see how he's developing, and that got me hooked. I wanted to keep watching, I wanted to follow his journey. It's been crazy, man. I think there's so much that you don't realize, there's so much I don't show, like the self-doubt, the fear of failure, the fears in general in boxing, because boxing is such a dangerous sport. It really is, and I had to wrap my mind around it. The whole concept of getting punched in the face and things like that, because you've got your whole control center here. Probably gonna ask me why boxing kills. I think it's a new challenge. It's a scary new challenge, but I think boxing is like life, and it's a great opportunity with the influencer boxing scene as well. Also, probably it's like, growing up, my mum was all about education. I didn't really focus on, I said this in the first season, I didn't really focus much on sports, and I think the older I got, the more I wish I played sports, because I became more bigger and stronger, and I realized I was an amazing professional athlete. I think boxing for me is like my last chance to kind of prove that to myself. Like, I'm 33 now. It's my last shot in my mind, and I want to give it all my all, and along this journey I'm facing so many different demons along it. So at the same time I also want to inspire people, you know. It's been crazy here in Bali, man. It's been super crazy. I came into Bali, started going to the block, and I noticed the spar a lot, the spar like every week. And one of my biggest things for me has always been sparring. I remember when I started sparring, you see that in the first season, start sparring, and I started feeling things I never felt before for a very long time, and that's fear. I remember my first sparring session, I couldn't sleep the night before, because now it's real. Sparring is very different than hitting a boxing bag and like hitting pads and stuff. It's very different, it's the real thing. And you know, you have like the headgear and things like that, and the gum shields, but it's still a new concept, getting punched in the face. I think, listen to Mike Tyson things, he said he used to go into the ring all the time scared.
I gotta ask you, when you was going into like them early fights, right? When you first started coming up, and you walk into the ring, what is that shit like? Like, you felt, did you feel like part of you nervous, like tense, but the other part like you're gonna kill somebody?
No, I'm not nervous, I'm scared. I'm scared.
Regardless, I know that getting hit in the face and things like that, because that is your whole control system. I knew in order for me to get to the next level, that's a fear I have to get over. I have to get over that fear. I met coaching, it's like, look, in the heavyweight division, the stakes are high. One punch can change everything. You need to get comfortable with pain. And I was like, what a mad thing to say to me, but it's true. You have to get used to the pain. And when I came here to do sparring every week, and I've noticed I don't use any headgear. Headgear gives you this full sense of protection. So I thought, let me start not using headgear. Because, you know, trust me, with headgear, you can get here and you might get lazy putting your hands up, but without headgear, if you get cracked a couple of times, trust me, no one's gonna tell you to no one's gonna have to tell you to put your hands up. So I did that because there's a saying that the growth you're looking for is in the work you're avoiding. So for me, I feel like it's baptism through fire, right? The more times I'll be in the fire, the more comfortable I'll be in the fire. And I think that's why boxing's so close to life, because a lot of people do things and you think, how did they do that? Trust me, I think the majority of people do things scared, and they do it anyway, regardless of it. Because when you cross that hurdle, when you finally do, you will grow. So I came here, I started doing sparring with Headgear, and it's been interesting. You feel alive at the same time, you feel scared at the same time. It's like you're on the edge. And when you get punched a couple times in the face, it's like, okay, this is not so bad. It's just, wow, this is crazy, it's not so bad, okay. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it conditions you. And I feel like right now, the comeback season, I need to do things I've never done before. I have to get to the next level. I feel like I'm an anime character. Never has watching anime be so realistic like it is now. You know, in anime, you have a character who needs to fight an opponent, maybe loses, then he needs to get stronger, finds a training coach, goes to a different island, different quest, different arc, and gets better and trains and trains and trains and trains. And then we see him get reborn to a completely new, different level, new being. That's where I'm at, man. For all those Dragon Ball Z people out there, I'm on Namek, man. I'm trying to get to that Super Saiyan level, you know? I think what I deal with right now is the constant battles in my mind. Because you're in a boxing environment, you see all these people that are nice, that are amazing fighters, you watch boxing videos and you see all these fights and you want to be like them. But sometimes you shouldn't always compare your day 1 to someone's day 100. And then think and judge yourself for it and feel like you're not adequate. You've just started. I keep telling myself every day, I have to remind myself every day, Kels, chill, you've just started. Yes, you've done a year now, but you've just started. Do you know what I mean? How long does it take a tree to grow into a tree? Easy said than done, right? You still got to trust the process, and still deal with failure. I still think it's not good enough. In order to be something, you have to be nothing. It's all about the daily deposits. Stay focused, guys. Stay real. Don't forget, you're made for more.
Next time on Made for More.